Welcome to Sub Rosa. All right, what's your Sub Rosa, Eugene?
Okay, today is a day that a high-level engineer that I know at Google has decided to blow it up. Scorched earth, blow it up. These are the words that I heard. Apparently, there's a group, and this is hardware engineering. There's a group that has been thumping and bumping, stuttering and muttering, and he goes, it's damaging because they don't know what they're doing, and they don't know enough about what they're doing to even know how badly they're doing what they're doing. And he's been able to see this. And he has it, and he's like, I want to play nice. I want to play nice. I want to play nice. But it's gotten to the point where it's on fire, and somebody has to do something by his estimation. So today was a day like the last 5 minutes of The Godfather, where all of the executives who head these groups, who are largely operating in a position of good faith, he's gone straight to them, laid it all out and said, this is what's happening. This is what we set out to have happen. This is how it's not happening. And this is how to fix it. A four-part, which will essentially put everybody under these two executives on blast. The executives will either pay attention and say, oh my God, pick a fall guy, make that person responsible for the failure, or they'll take umbrage and go, who is this guy? And they will minimize they will, in a corporate way, circle the wagons and exclude him. And he said, you know what? I am fundamentally okay with either. But at this point now, enough is enough. Do you think I did the right thing? And I think he asked me because he wanted validation, because he knows I'm a bomb thrower. If there's an uncomfortable thing that gets stuff done versus the comfortable thing that gets nothing done, I will probably choose the uncomfortable thing 99 times out of 100. However, in this environment where people are sending out 7,000 resumes and getting 4 callbacks, I presuming he wants to keep his job, I would have trod more lightly on this. But his attitude is, I can't stay. Keep in mind, we're talking about Google. I cannot stay here and watch this building burn the way it's burning and I go, well, maybe you should look at it like, these guys have houses and they've got mortgages and they've got, that's not why we're here. We're not here because they have houses and they need to pay their mortgages. We're here to design hardware and they're not doing it. And I go, okay, well, go ahead and do it. Let me know what happens. So that's where we are.
Well, good luck to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I've certainly been in that circumstance as well. Mm-hmm. Being the whistleblower, being the truth teller has never worked out well for me financially. Yeah. I usually am unemployed. It makes me feel better. I feel like I have some integrity, but then again, I now work for myself and I don't work at any of those big companies anymore where I used to be. So there is a risk to it. I think the risk is worth the reward. But again, look at both of us, right? We're not at Google. We're not at any of these big companies anymore. I think the challenge is what I'm hoping that he did is that he had his financial ducks in a row to prepare for that. And that he talked to his partner, his family, anyone else that he is financially contributing to, and said, hey, here's the reality. I might be out of work for 6 months. Right? Just because you're an engineer at Google, that's not helping anybody right now. It's tough out there. And so I think if you want to do that, be realistic about the risks, which are significant, and make sure that you have, all of us ideally should have 6 months worth of living expenses in the bank. A lot of people just can't because healthcare reality, but for sure, if you're going to take a step like that, make sure that you do have that, make sure that you have the support of, your spouse or partner or anybody that's going to be greatly implicated. But it pleases me that there is such a person at Google. And I hope that, anybody that's on the receiving end of that kind of feedback, especially that is presented in that kind of detail and with that kind of clarity, please listen to the people who take that risk, who decide to be that whistleblower and that truth teller, because they're incredibly valuable and they can save you and maybe even save the company.
Yeah. And that's, you raise an interesting and compelling point. If they choose to ignore him, you have just created a guy who's getting paid a lot of money, who is fundamentally will check out. He'll keep taking your money, but if what you want is a bare minimum, it's like that old Marx Brothers joke, I need some tough guys. How much you pay? He goes, what does that have to do with anything? He goes, well, you pay a little, we're a little tough. You pay a lot, we're a lot tough. So, I can do a bare minimum if you're willing to pay, but I don't think he wants to live his life that way. And he certainly doesn't think it's going to improve the company. So yeah, they should listen.
Absolutely. All right. If you have a question for us that you'd like for us to answer, send it to us at WTF@badbossbrief.com and you may see it here. Thanks for joining.